bad. I know, I know, I know. I don't want people to hear all of this. Yep, I know. I got you. Come on. Oh my gosh. Here you go. Oh my gosh. If I don't feed Murphy when he wants to be fed, we will never hear the end of who he is. It will just be meow, meow, meow. Excuse me. I'm deciding to also take off my socks as well. But, you know, I hope that you're doing fine. I hope that you were well. I'm coming. Just... yeah. My little guy Murphy. You will never hear the end of him, I promise you. That's not a thing. And so now that I've fed him, I am hopefully gonna get some of my life together so I can come and share some lovely, lovely things. You know that I've been trying to get on here as much as I can to share these affirmations. Hi, Nan. Hey, Natila. Hey. And so whenever I have the opportunity to, I want to do that. And I thought also about tomorrow being this wild holiday still in 2020. And I was like, well, I can talk and share a little bit about my history with Thanksgiving, how I position myself with Thanksgiving now, and also share this affirmation. And so that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna drink some water. That's what I was getting and was taking me a while. It has been a day. It has been a day. I always feel like all my days are days, but today has especially been a day. So, today's affirmation is on gratitude, and I think that's even phenomenal considering tomorrow is a holiday that is supposed to be about gratitude, or at least giving thanks. Here is the affirmation for the day. I have an attitude of gratitude and share my good fortune with others. Yeah. I have an attitude of gratitude and I share my good fortunes with others. Another one. I have an attitude of gratitude, and so I share my good fortunes with others. Here is some of the discussion from the author. This is the time of year, particularly Thanksgiving, that people start counting their blessings. We thank God for our health, our homes, our families. We say prayers and give gifts to express our gratitude for all we have received. It is important to voice our thankfulness to our higher power and to our loved ones. Hey! We can also show gratitude by sharing our blessings with others. And if we have money, We can contribute to charity. Whatever the Great Spirit has blessed us with, we can bestow upon others. Some positive messages for us in this season, this time of the year, and tomorrow being Thanksgiving. I think I'll go into story time and tell you how I decided to not celebrate Thanksgiving anymore. So many of you all know that I am from Ghana. My family immigrated to the United States. Thanksgiving as a holiday is now one that is celebrated in Ghana. And so that was a very new thing for me. And I became familiar with it after I moved to the United States. And so I absorbed and assimilated that part of American culture and practiced Thanksgiving like a good immigrant for a while. When I went away to college, I think I started to kind of open my eyes a lot to my own position as an African immigrant. A daughter of recently colonized people, like that's a very real part of my history. And positioning myself here as a Black person in the United States is almost like you can't deny the history of colonialism in America. All of the United States is built on colonial history. And that's really, really significant. And so I'm curious to know if anyone who is watching, if anyone celebrates Thanksgiving, what that means for you and how you celebrate it. And if you don't celebrate it, you can let me know how you kind of deal with this time of the year. When so many people around us do celebrate this holiday. So as I was saying, when I was back in college, I started to open my eyes really to my position as an immigrant and a formerly colonized person, with the history of colonialism like so present for me. And I couldn't believe that that here I was living on another land that was colonized and is still colonized, if you really think about it. And so I decided to do some research on Thanksgiving, the history of it. The Wampanoag tribe, I believe, is the original native Indians who were invited to a feast, actually some 100 years past when the first pilgrims first arrived in or on the United States or in this part of the world. And so the histories and the narratives that I have heard of Wampanoag survivors and folks who are still around is one of great oppression at the hands of colonial injustice, and is one that still affects the lives of many indigenous individuals of this land. And so while I was in college, my mom called me one holiday to come and show up for Thanksgiving. Called me and asked me, hey, are you coming down for our holiday or our Thanksgiving? And I asked her, I was like, Mom, like, why are we celebrating Thanksgiving? And my mom told me that, well, we're in America, we live in America, and that's what Americans do. And I didn't really, it didn't align with me, because I think for many Africans and many of us, our parents tell us, if your peers are doing something, is that what you're gonna do as well? If they're jumping off the bridge, are you gonna do it as well? So my mom saying that, well, because we're in America and we're Americans and that's what we do, it didn't satisfy me. And so it was kind of like a little protest. And ever since then, I have kind of refrained from practicing Thanksgiving and joining in the national celebration of Thanksgiving. That's not to say that I am not grateful. I am filled with so much gratitude for everything that I have, that we all have, all of the wonderful opportunities that we all have and continue to have. And so it's not that I am not grateful. I am filled with gratitude. But I also think that it's important to celebrate the right things. My understanding of the history of Thanksgiving is genocide, and is the silencing of our dear brothers and sisters. And we can't validate that, we can't affirm that, we can't encourage that. Somebody made a weird analogy the other day, just thinking about anything in history, and the folks who have the power to narrate the history and tell that history, they have great power and they have great control, and often they exercise great control in telling a history that aligns with their beliefs, and not necessarily one that is accurate. And unfortunately, it seems that we have all been celebrating a holiday that is based on a myth. And I think that's fine if you want to celebrate that, but also just recognize that it's a myth that we're celebrating, and not the real historical truth, which is really, really important. Anyway, I am glad to be here and continue to share these affirmations with you. If you like them, come back for more. I'm hoping to do them more live. And I want to leave today's affirmation message. I want to leave it at the end again, so that you all have it accessible to you. And here it is. I have an attitude of gratitude, and I share my good fortunes with others. Peace and love, so much joy to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here with me. I hope that you continue to practice gratitude and are filled with so much gratitude for yourself, for the folks around you, for your food, and for the breath that you take. Peace and love.